investigation. And, again, we hope this is a first step towards returning confidence, especially for people in that part of the state.
Police are investigating after another violent night in Charlotte after a shootout left 2 people dead and another injured. Police identified the men who died as Eben Marshall and Anu Bia Smith. The rock slide that has shut down Interstate 40 in Haywood County is causing a huge detour for drivers, and that detour is causing a traffic nightmare in West Asheville. The interstate is expected to partially reopen on Friday, but it could take a couple of months to clear all the debris. You're listening to NCN News.
There's a new risky scheme circulating in Raleigh that's going to hurt our teachers, state employees, and retirees.
The state treasurer is floating this risky scheme that will cut more than $400 million in payments to your local doctors and hospitals. Those cuts will cripple local hospitals, meaning state employees, teachers, and retirees on the state health plan will have limited access to hospitals and doctors in your community. This risky scheme will cut services. It will take away your choice about who you want to care for you and your family.
If the state treasurer really wants to cut costs to the state health plan, he needs to work with doctors and hospitals to prevent illness, manage chronic diseases, and help folks lose weight and stay healthy.
Healthy employees and retirees will save the state health plan money. Isn't that what the treasurer says he wants?
Let's stop pointing fingers and start working to build a smarter state health plan by protecting patients and supporting the folks who take care of them.
That's the North Carolina way of doing things.
Paid for by Partners for Innovation in Healthcare.
North Carolina lawmakers on Wednesday discussed a new House bill that would ban cell phones and other handheld communication devices while operating a motor vehicle. Western North Carolina Representative Kevin Corbin is the primary sponsor on the Hands-Free NC Act. When asked how the law would be enforced, Corbin compared it to drinking and driving.
Everybody doesn't get caught, and that's the reality of any law. The law enforcement is not going to catch 100% of the people do it, but this is a tool to help them more readily see that. And again, I said my prayer would be that nobody gets a ticket. That's probably not realistic.
Democrats in Congress take new steps toward gun control, but
the House has approved a measure requiring federal background checks for all firearm sales and transfers. 8 Republicans joined the Democrats in passing it. A second bill would extend the background check review period from 3 to 10 days. The bills would have to pass the Republican-controlled Senate. President Trump would have to sign them. Neither expected to happen. Republicans say the restrictions on gun owners are unreasonable. Democrats say that argument is misleading. Peter King, CBS News.
The North Carolina Court of Appeals should remain at 15 judges, with legislation now heading to Governor Roy Cooper's desk that repeals a 2017 law Republicans pushed that would reduce its seats to 12. Congress heard Wednesday from transgender service members on the impact of President Trump's decision to bar people like them from enlisting in the future.
The transgender ban is still blocked by lawsuits, but transgender service members were invited to testify about their experiences. Some lawmakers argue the ban would cost the military recruits at a time when few Americans are willing to serve. Military chiefs have testified they've had no problems with transgender troops in regards to morale or unit cohesion. One transgender Army captain testified she became a more effective soldier after transitioning from male to female.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
From ABC News, I'm Karen Travers in Hanoi, where President Trump's summit with Kim Jong-un ended early without an agreement. The president says the North Korean leader told him he would not restart nuclear testing.
One of the things, importantly, that Chairman Kim promised me last night is regardless, he's not going to do testing of rockets and nuclear. Not going to do testing. I trust him, and I take him at his word.
The U.S. and North Korea will continue talking, but the president said there are no current plans for him to meet again with Kim Jong-un. The president is en route back to Washington, a trip that will take about 17 hours. Air Force One will stop to refuel along the way. President Trump said he did watch some of the testimony from his former lawyer, Michael Cohen, but he slammed Democrats for holding the hearing while he was overseas meeting with Kim Jong-un.
I think having a fake hearing like that and having it in the middle of this very important summit is really a terrible thing.
Cohen called the president a racist and a con man who may have committed a crime while in office. The president said Cohen is a liar. I'm Karen Travers in Hanoi. Now with more news, here's Sherry Preston.
Michael Cohen faces more congressional questions today.
9 hours behind closed doors before the Senate Intelligence Committee on Tuesday, 7 hours in front of cameras at the House Oversight Committee on Wednesday. Now Cohen will make his way to Capitol Hill for a third day, once again behind closed doors as he testifies before the House Intelligence Committee. On Wednesday, Cohen levied multiple accusations of criminal activity by the president before and after he took office. Mark Remillard, ABC News, Washington.
Floodwaters raging through California wine country. Thousands of buildings in Sonoma County have been swamped, and more rain is expected this weekend. Company behind TikTok, the video sharing app popular among teens, has agreed to pay nearly $6 million in fines. Federal officials say it illegally collected personal data on kids. This is ABC News.
Question: do you have a health insurance plan you are not happy with? Well, Bethany and Jason thought they were stuck. Their plan just kept getting more expensive, and Bethany's favorite doctor didn't even take that plan anymore. And then some friends at church told them about MediShare.
With our previous insurance, we were paying $1,200 a month. With MediShare, we now pay around $600 a month.
Yes, they're paying $600 less per month, and that's a pretty typical savings with MediShare. And they actually like MediShare more.
I was able to go back to my original doctor that I absolutely loved, and it's just been an absolutely beautiful thing being a part of MediShare.
Yeah, so they pay a lot less and they like it more. No wonder MediShare is growing so fast. Find out more. They're super easy to talk to. All you have to do is call 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
Pakistan's prime minister now says it is releasing an Indian pilot shot down in Kashmir as a peace gesture. The nuclear-armed countries have been in a tense standoff for days. Israel's prime minister facing a possible indictment today on bribery charges.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's allies making one last-ditch effort to prevent the attorney general from announcing his decision on the corruption cases facing the Israeli leader. The Likud party filing a petition with the high court arguing any decision will intervene in the upcoming April general election. Netanyahu is widely expected to be charged with bribery and other graft charges. He denies all wrongdoing. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
There are new warnings about the big one in California.
Growing up in California, school children practice earthquake duck and cover drills. We're all told to have earthquake emergency kits ready to go. But the U.S. Geological Survey says on top of that quake threat, there is a 16% chance of a small to moderate volcanic eruption happening in California within the next 30 years. California has 8 volcanic areas, putting about 200,000 people at risk of an eruption. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
An Idaho ski resort is closed today because it has too much snow. Soldier Mountain Ski Area says it's digging out from, quote, massive amounts of new snow. A storm this weekend could bring another foot. This is ABC News.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
I'm Sherry Preston.
It would be an excellent idea to leave with the rain gear when you head out this morning. Rain arrives later this afternoon. At least it will be milder than yesterday. Our highs in the upper 50s to low 60s. And watch out for some patchy dense fog this morning. Later on tonight, rain will be likely. It'll come down pretty good. The low in the low to mid 40s. And then tomorrow we're socked in with clouds. It will be light rain and drizzle off and on throughout the day. The high temperature in the upper 40s to low 50s. So a temperature change tomorrow. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Well, it's good we're going to get some more rain because we haven't had any lately, right? Yeah, right, Jim. 45 right now and cloudy. We will be probably getting some late this afternoon, overnight, tomorrow, and tomorrow night. Matter of fact, there's rain in the forecast. A slight amounts some days, like on Friday. There's a 40% drop to 30% on Friday night and Saturday, 20% Saturday night, back up to 70% chance of rain on Sunday. And then on Monday, it's no rain at all in the forecast, and rain comes back to the forecast by Wednesday of that next week. But it's turning off cold next week, so we have a wind chill value as low as 13 on Tuesday night and 13 on Wednesday. So wintertime, we're looking at you. 45 degrees right now under cloudy skies. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning wake-up call show, 6 minutes after 7 o'clock. We'll get to the phones in a few moments, find out what's been going on around the neighborhood. Right now, I have these death announcements. Sharon Daves Robertson, age 61, of Forest City, passed away Wednesday at Willow Ridge Rehab and Living Center. The family would like to thank all the staff of Willow Ridge for their compassionate care for Sharon during her illness. And Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Service has been entrusted with the arrangements. And I don't see any arrangements listed on this paper, but you can contact the funeral home, Harrelson, for more information on the arrangements for Sharon Daves Robertson. Hazel McDaniel Robinson died Saturday, February 23rd. Services will be held 2 p.m. Friday, March 1st at Cliffside Baptist Church with Reverend Mike Elgin officiating. 1 hour visitation will be held prior to the service. Burial will take place at Cleveland Memorial Park Cemetery following the service. Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside is serving the family of Hazel McDaniel Robinson. Betty M. Arnold, age 88, of Charlotte, formerly of Rutherfordton, died Monday at her son's home in Charlotte. A private graveside service will be held at Grace Chapel United Methodist Church Cemetery. A memorial service will be held at a later date. And Mike Behan's Funeral Home and Cremation Service in charge of those arrangements for Betty M. Arnold. Richard Dix Justice, age 90, of Rutherfordton, died Sunday. The memorial service will be at First Baptist Church of Rutherfordton at 1 o'clock Saturday, March 2nd, with visitation following the service in the Fellowship Hall. Burial will be private. Mike Mahan's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for Richard Dix Justice. Brenda Price Boone, age 71, of Ellenboro, died Wednesday at Atrium Health Cleveland in Shelby, North Carolina. The family will receive friends Saturday evening from 5 until 7 at Paget King Mortuary. The Paget King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements for Brenda Price Boone. Those are the death announcements we have in house this morning. Complete information on these and others will be announced this morning as they become available to us at 11:30 and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report here on WCAB in Rutherfordton. Do not yet have any funeral arrangements on Dr. Roger McClooney's death. The story we'll deal with in just a little bit in the day's paper, but no arrangements yet for his funeral. Many of you will be wanting to know that, I'm sure. Our next Tar Heel game is coming up on Saturday between Clemson, UNC Clemson. 4:30 countdown to tip-off. And then on Sunday we have the Pennzoil 400 race from Las Vegas. Should be an interesting NASCAR race. Season is underway already here. Can you believe it? We're kicking in out February for the last day today. Wheeling in March. First quarter soon will be over. Stand by. We have all the latest news from our Call Around report coming up. Right now, here's the morning update from Rush Limbaugh from EIB Radio Network.
A middle school teacher in Atlanta out of a job because what happened in the classroom didn't stay in the classroom. There was cell phone video, and it was obtained by local TV. On video, Spanish teacher Berkerly Davenport described a guy's first kiss. When you're in love the first time, that first kiss, there's nothing like it. You touch her hair and the back of her neck, and you pull her close, and then you start to go for the other parts. Well, when school officials saw the first kiss lesson on Action Eyeball News, they took action. We don't know what triggered them most. Was it the going for the other parts, that the kiss was heterosexual, that the Spanish class was in English, all of the above? In any event, Dr. Davenport was out. Totally appropriate. But still, I have a question. Haven't these same school officials forced sex education on these kids since kindergarten? But hearing about a first kiss was too much? Really? After How to deploy a condom on cucumbers is part of the curriculum?
Hey guys, don't mind me as I interrupt your radio program. It's Sue Cosner, sexual health expert on men's performance in the bedroom. Do me a favor and don't touch that dial. That's a mistake. If you've been listening to this radio station, you've probably heard a compelling radio ad for Noxitril, the potent all-natural male enhancement pill. Men constantly reach out and ask me, does this Noxitril really work? Or is it just another scam product? I can tell you there's nothing better than Noxitril. I recommend this super pill to men everywhere. It will transform your life in the bedroom once and for all. Strong, powerful results that increase your blood flow fast. No prescription, no side effects. Just imagine Viagra on steroids. So call Noxitril now and take advantage of an incredible free bottle offer shipped discreetly to your door.
Call now and find out how to get a free bottle of Noxitril while supplies last. Call 1-800-605-1673. Free bottles for a limited time, so call now. 800-605-1673. That's 800-605-1673.
Thank you for making WCAB your radio station of choice in the foothills. Now get the best of both worlds. 100.9 FM and 590 AM Rutherfordton.
We all make promises, big and small.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
I do solemnly swear
to help you when you're in need,
to be considerate and caring, to be your loving, faithful friend,
partner,
child,
parent,
neighbor.
One of our most important commitments is to support our nation's veterans. Learn how you can help a veteran going through a difficult time by visiting maketheconnection.net.
When your name is on the company, you know you want it done right. That's what Hutchins Pest Control does. They do it right. With over 43 years of experience behind the name, you can rest assured when you call on Tim Hutchins and his team of trained professionals that you know you've called the honest, dependable, and on-time service company. They appreciate the confidence you've placed in them by voting them the best of the best for 8 years. Call on them to get your home or office protected. That number is 287-5171. That's Hutchins Pest Control.
You know, loss of hearing is not anything to play around with. Many folks recognize, and we laugh at it, and we accuse many times of having selective hearing. But when the loss of hearing becomes a serious problem, it is time to do something serious about it. That's why we recommend Miracle Ear in Forest City or in Shelby. If you're closer to Shelby, the office in Forest City is located at 1512 West Main Street, Suite 102. Phone number is 368-4126. 368-4126. Now, you'll be wanting to ask questions, and Lisa Terry and her team will be glad to answer any question you might have. There's no obligation to this free hearing test at all. No pressure put on you at all, just to let you sort of get a feel of how that hearing is in both ears, and you can make your decisions based on that. They'll help you walk through those questions at Miracle Ear in Forest City.
Kid Lewis and Foster Crawford robbed a Wichita Falls, Texas bank. During the robbery, they killed the cashier. Not only did they not get any money, later that night, with the help of Texas Rangers, they were captured. Within 24 hours, several thousand people were on the street at the jail. With the Texas Rangers mysteriously being called away to Amarillo and the local authorities only giving a show of resistance, the mob decided to lynch them. Placing a rope over a telegraph pole, Kid Lewis was the first to be hanged. During the process, the kid was jeering at the crowd, laughing and cursing. After the deed was done, the people agreed no gamer man ever died, that he was the coolest man in the crowd. Seeing his partner swinging in the air, Foster Crawford confessed and placed all the responsibility for the crime on the kid. It seems no one had a second rope handy, so while someone went after it, Foster begged for whiskey. Finishing it off, he asked for more. Even though he addressed the mob in Comanche, English, and Spanish, no one understood his incoherent utterances. Finally, the second rope arrived. When it was put around his neck, he fell forward, either in a faint or drunk. He was strung up alongside his companion. Obviously, the death of Foster Crawford was completely different when compared to that of the kid. But nevertheless, however it was they left this earthly existence, their rewards in eternity were probably the same. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Now it's 16 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock on this tremendous Thursday morning. Let's head to the phones and find out what's been happening with the Sheriff's Department. And Sheriff Chris Francis is on the phone right now to give us that update. Sheriff, good morning.
Good morning, Jim. How are you doing this morning?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
Good. What's on the report from the Sheriff's Department?
Jim, in the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 152 calls for service. There have been 12 arrests processed in county jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 155. Among those arrested, Philip Scott McIntyre, Jr., 22-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with resist obstruct delay. He received a $1,000 secure bond. Derek Thomas Rush, 29-year-old male of Ellenboro, was charged with 2 counts of felony probation violations, 2 counts of failure to appear, misdemeanor probation violation, and an ordinance of discharging a firearm in the city limits, and was given a $60,000 secure bond. Benjamin Lee Sane III, 18-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with assault and battery. He received a written promise to appear. Heather Renee Brooks, 25-year-old female of Forest City, was charged with felony probation violation, received a $10,000 secure bond. Kim Michelle Vaz, 55-year-old female of Shelby, was charged with felony larceny, received a $1,000 unsecured bond. Jessica Shea Parker, 38-year-old from Union Mills, was charged with possession of Schedule 2 drug paraphernalia and possession of Schedule 6, received a $5,000 secure bond. Jason Edwin Jackson, 41-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with failure to appear, possession of meth, and possession of Schedule 6, received a $10,000 bond for the drug charges and a $513 cash bond for the failure to appear, failure to comply charge. Denzel Jarkus Wright, a 26-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with failure to appear and received a $1,000 secure bond. Carla Michelle Hoffman, 43-year-old female, was charged with 2 counts of probation violation, 2 counts of failure to appear, and received a $13,000 secure bond. Among the incidents, we had a larceny on Satellite Drive in Rutherford. There was $220 in U.S. currency, a Galaxy Samsung phone valued at $150, and a Capital One credit card that was taken. Someone known to the victim appears to have taken that and left the residence. There was a domestic call on Veneer Road where an incident report was done. No one was taken to the hospital in that particular case. We have a possible conversion on Grays Creek Church Road in Rutherford where someone had taken an AR-15 rifle to have it fixed. In quite some time, they'd not been able to get that firearm back from the person that they were paying to have it fixed. We had a fraud case on Grover Wilson Drive in Rutherford where someone used the victim's account information to order a laptop from QVC without authorization. We also had another fraud case on Oscar Justice Road in Rutherford where someone used the victim's information to get Dish Network services. We had a breaking and entering, larceny, and damage to property on River Road in Rutherford where a Briggs & Stratton generator valued at $899 was taken, a Craftsman power drill valued at $100, another power drill valued at $100, a Black & Decker sander valued at $50, and a heat pump was damaged also in that particular incident. And, Jim, that's what we had to report today.
All right, Sheriff. Quite a busy past 24 hours or so, it seems.
It certainly has been.
Always busy, something going on.
This is true.
Well, stay safe out there and keep us posted, and we'll check back in with you next time.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
See ya. 20 minutes after 7 here on this Thursday morning.
I told my friend about Olmsted Plumbing, and boy, was she happy.
What did she have to say?
I told her to call 245-7302, and they would get right out there.
And did she say she would
I told her to ask around. Homeowners, builders, and everybody likes Olmsted. Eric and Chad Olmsted and their team understand the homeowners' needs, and I like that.
They have an inventory of replacement parts and specialized equipment and tools for any job.
I told her that, too.
Well, what was that number again?
245-7302. That's 245.
Yeah, I got it. 245-7302. Olmsted Plumbing.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush. Brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Amanda is on the phone now to give us a report from the Communications Center. Amanda, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thank you. What's on the report?
In the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department 911 Communications Center has processed 399 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 50 for the emergency medical services, 23 for rescue, 152 calls to the Sheriff's Office, 68 for Forest City, 1 for Lake Lure, 16 for Rutherfordton, and 39 for Spindale. Ellenboro Fire Department had a residential fire alarm. Sandy Much had a motor vehicle crash, and Union Mills had a motor vehicle crash, and that is all.
Thanks so much, Andy. You have a great day now.
You too.
Bye. Bye. Well, how long has it been since you visited Washburn Store? I hope you make a routine of it because they've got so much to offer. You know, you can just about shop the alphabet over there. From candy, cups and caps, bells, bulbs and bottles, corn seed, cornmeal, corn shellers, mayonnaise, marbles and measuring cups, pots, pans, and corn poppers, lamp oil and lanterns, dippers, dishpans and dyed drinks, straw hats, shovels and signs, hot ginger ale, mild ginger ale, and dyed ginger ale, toy wagons, toy tractors, and tomatoes, and on we could go. So what are you looking for? Make a stop at Washburn General Store because they're there. They got a store full and wide range of things, and you'll be historically amazed at Washburn Store on the Bostic Sunshine Highway in the Washburn community. You'll see them and enjoy your visit. Ruby Taylor is on the phone with me to give us the report from the Danielstown SDO Fire District. Ruby, what's going on over there?
Well, the fire department didn't have any calls, and I don't have any birthdays. Yeah, I got one today, and that's Catherine Dean. Hope she has a nice day. And the signs are in the knees today and tomorrow. And that's all I got, Jim.
Thanks, Ruby. Enjoy your day.
You too.
When you need daycare services for your adult loved one, Rutherford Life Services is always there for a dependable and loving environment. Rutherford Life offers a place to go during the daytime for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and creative activities. Caregivers can go to work knowing that their loved one is in a safe and reliable place. Rutherford Life is licensed by the North Carolina Division of Aging. Rutherford Life has a full staff of trained professionals who show love and support. Call them today and let them answer any questions you may have concerning adult daycare services. 828-288-1697 or visit the facility at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
Well, the Friends of the NRA banquet dinner is tonight at Trinity Christian School in Rutherford at 5:30. Those of you who have tickets, I know you'll be there. And Darren Honeycutt over at Henson Building Material wants to thank all of you who came by, bought tickets, bought tables, sponsored tables, and he looks forward to seeing you over there as well tonight. Big event and show support of the NRA. It's going to be at Trinity Christian School. It has been sold out. No more tickets available for tonight unless you know somebody you can buy the ticket from them. There are no more tickets available. Meanwhile, if you're thinking about doing some new kitchen cabinets around your house, bring your ideas over to Henson Building Material. Boy, what a variety of choices they have, and with expert help to go with it. Looking into changing light fixtures, bring your ideas over to Henson Building Material. They have beautiful varieties and expert help to go with it. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer kind of person, you need Henson Building Material professional guidance, well, they'll be glad to do that. They offer suggestions, help along the way. Folks at Henson take a lot of pride in their showroom design center, and they love to help you decide what's best for your home and your budget. They're good friends. They get good customer service. They got a great inventory. If they don't have it, it'll surprise me, but if they don't have it, they can certainly get it for you in no time. Find them over there Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, Monday through Friday, then on Saturdays, 8 to 12. And that's Henson Building Materials. So much more than just a lumber yard. Steve is on the phone with you now from Rumbling Ball, beautiful Rumbling Ball up there. Steve, how you doing?
Yes, sir. It is beautiful this morning. Nice and mild, 46 degrees. I'm doing good.
Yeah,
I like this weather.
I like it.
Last day of February. So we're ready for March, and I'm certainly ready for March. We're getting our garden group here anxious to get going. We're going to do some fun things, so stay tuned for that. Anybody interested? We're going to. I think I might. They're taking some sand out of the pond at the 16th hole where they did the Dirty Dancing scene.
Mm-hmm.
I can bottle some of that, sell some of that to support our garden efforts. What do you think?
Hey, that's a good idea.
I might actually use some of that myself, actually.
Tell folks it was pulled out of the same place where Patrick Swayze.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Stood on the golf course.
That's it.
It would sell like crazy.
I think I might do that. Charles listens to you, and he's the one doing the sand, so we'll have to get him on that.
Yeah, that's a good marketing tool right there.
So anyway, it's been relatively quiet the last 24 hours. We're not bad weather, no issues, just the same little issues we've been dealing with. I don't think we have any substantial rowing activity this weekend. It's the next weekend is when we start going full swing. So a week from tomorrow is when we really step it up, and we will. We got like 13 teams coming in 2 weeks, something like that. It's crazy.
Wow.
I would like to announce the Rock Springs Baptist Church. They're sponsoring a country ham chicken supper this Saturday, and it starts at 4:30 p.m. and until I guess they don't have anything left. So adults $10, children 6 to 11 $4, and if you're under 5, you get to eat free. So they got a lot of food on the menu there, and it's all for a good cause. It's Rock Springs Baptist Church, and they said the directions here is like 12 miles from Rutherford, heading that way on 6474, so in that direction. So nevertheless, I'm sure there'll be some good eating, as there always is. I hear a lot of compliments coming from that event that they sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. So we're just on go here, and just normal go for the last day of February. But we're going to start picking it up real soon. So we're pretty excited to get those gardens going and the activity started.
Well, since March is coming, you think we'll have any rain in March? We haven't had any rain lately.
No, we're about to go through a dry spell, aren't we? Well, let's start with that maybe by late this evening.
Right. Steve, have a great day.
You do the same.
See you. Bye-bye.
Gregory's Original Restaurant in the Park Lane Plaza is the perfect dining choice of Rutherford County. Greg offers all your favorite dishes. Try their delicious subs, grinders, pasta, chicken, burgers, fresh garden salads, and the most delicious steaks served with mushroom gravy or peppers and onions. Be sure to call on Gregory's for all your catering needs at 287-2171. Check out the website for menus and event information, www.gregorysoriginal.com. Gregory's in the Park Lane Plaza in Rutherfordton.
Rutherford Regional Health System now features its walk-in services at Forest City Family Care at 212 Allendale Drive, Forest City, just behind the Tri-City Mall. Those needing walk-in care enjoy the same great services, but now at the new location. They continue to operate Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. The scope of services remain unchanged for the walk-in patients. When you don't have an appointment but need to be seen quickly, we hope you'll choose the walk-in services now located at the rear entrance of Forest City Family Care. Now it's the Bob Hodge time from the Hudlow Fire District. Bob, good morning.
Well, good Thursday morning.
I'll tell you, it's come and gone, hasn't it, this month?
right, last day of February here. So, but first day of March coming up tomorrow, and look like first week in March is going to start off cold and wet and rainy and snowy or whatever we're going to have there. So
sure does.
But I hope it ain't a repeat of 1960 when we had snow every day in March, every week in March. So
I don't even want to think about that. Do you?
Me neither. 'Cause we couldn't get cleared off 1 week till it snowed again there that year. So,
Well, unless I miscalculated, today is 7 days from when we had that thunder storm back a few weeks ago, and supposedly after 7 days it's supposed to snow if you get thunder in February. So I don't believe that's going to stand true this time. I don't believe you're going to get any snow today, do you?
Well, it says from 7 to 10 days, so up to 10 days, and that put it just about right. We might have some.
We might have some. We got a few more days to go then, don't we?
Yeah, so we could get some by then, but look like we're going to get a lot of cold weather move back in, though. So, but maybe if March comes in like a lion, it'll go out like a lamb. Maybe we'll have a pretty end in there. So,
yeah,
the old saying. So, but Jim up there with the fire department during the night is quiet. Hadn't had any fire call. And see, Gilkey Church of God now is having their singing coming up this coming Friday night, March the 1st, and that starts at 7 p.m. and be featuring the Singing Cooks. And, Jim, that's about it up here, and that sun's coming out bright this morning, and I hope you have a good day.
Bob, thank you so much. You enjoy your day as well, and I will see you tomorrow.
All right.
Thanks, Bob.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 32 minutes after 7 o'clock, and you can catch Bob Hodge most afternoons with Tom Green with the Afternoon Caller and Report.
It's time for you to test drive the affordable, fuel-efficient Ford Fusion from Sisk Family Ford in Forest City. Family-owned Sisk Ford can put you into the car you want with a payment plan you can appreciate. If it's a truck you want, get the Ford truck that's breaking records in sales. Ask about why the sales department is being bragged on with each and every sale that they make. They love your business at Sisk Family Ford, and it shows. New and used automobiles and an award-winning service department makes Sisk Family Ford the choice for so many. Step up to Ford today. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City. For the best deals on Diamond Dog Food, stop by Farmer's Friend, Feed, Seed, and Supply, Whiteside Road, Rutherford. Not only great prices on dog food, Farmer's Friend, Feed, Seed, and Supply has cedar shavings, $6.99 while supplies last. Cow leg tubs, 24% protein, 200 pound, $49.99. 20-pound propane tanks, $10.99. Wrangler Sweet Feed, $7.49 for the 50-pound bag. Also get fish mocks in a 100-count container, only $15.99. The prices are better at Farmer's Friend, Feed, Seed, and Supply. One stop for all your farm, garden, and pet needs. 188 Whiteside Road, Rutherford.
And they've swung open the gate over there. They're open, ready to serve you this morning at Farmer's Friend, Feed, Seed, and Supply. And we're ready to go to the Cherry Mountain Fire District, get the report from Sue Price. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
You feeling good today?
I'm feeling good. Hope you are.
Yes, indeed.
Good.
Tell us what's going on over there.
Well, I didn't have any calls from the fire department, so I reckon they've been quiet. That's a good thing. I'm starting out at 46 degrees this morning, so not too cold out there this morning. And don't have any birthdays on my church calendar, no birthdays or anniversaries. On my personal calendar, I got birthdays for Pastor David Ledford and Rebecca Swink, so I hope they'll both have a good day. Fairview's got birthdays, of course, for Pastor David and also for Jacob Elton. So I hope they'll both have a good day today. And let's see, First Broad doesn't have anything today, so not too many celebrating, but we hope anybody that's having a birthday or anniversary will have a real good day on their special day. And so far, I haven't had any announcements come in. It's just been really quiet and calm over this way, but that's a good thing. We like it that way.
Sure.
And so far, I guess that's all I have this morning, Jim. It just looks like it's going to be a good day, and I hope you'll have one.
Thank you very much, and I hope all the church members give Pastor David a good day today, make him feel important.
That's right.
You have a great day, Sue, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
JD and Marie Shook have lost their minds, or they've just got the New Year spirit. Starting now, every time you visit the Recliner Center, you can register to win a brand spanking new recliner. A recliner will be given away every month from now and just whenever. All you have to do is go to the Recliner Center and register. Now, after the drawing, the names will be tossed out, and at the beginning of the month, a new box will be ready for you to register again. So don't miss out on your chance to win a recliner from the Recliner Center. This is JD and Marie's way of saying thank you to all their friends and customers for making them a success for over 30 years. Don't forget to check out the Spring Air bedding. Doctors tell us a good night's sleep is very important for energy and stamina. Shouldn't you be resting better this year and having more energy? Spring Air bedding and a chance to win a recliner. And the Recliner Center will now be opening on Mondays and Tuesdays. Store hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 to 2. They're on Coopers Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
Well, it's breakfast time on this Thursday morning, 7:37, and I know where to get some good breakfast. And Audrey's on the phone with me now from Drop-In Family Grocery there in Bostic. Audrey, tell our listeners about all that good breakfast you got back there.
All righty, Jim. The girls are back there cooking and waiting on everybody to come in. But we've got, through today, we will still be running our liver mush and bologna biscuits on sale today, and then that will probably go off a sale, and we'll have a new special going on for the month of March, I would, think we would have. But I'd just like to encourage everybody to come by. If you don't want those specials, we have a good ham biscuit. We got a gravy and biscuit, good chicken biscuit. So come on over.
You know, it's hard to go wrong with just the gravy and biscuits.
That's exactly right, because, boy, I tell you what, it's good.
A lot of folks like some kind of meat. I like some meat in mine most of all. I just soon open that biscuit up, pour some hot gravy over it.
I've seen I've seen some people take and crumble their, just get a piece of sausage and crumble up in it. And they say that's just the way I want it right there. So, the girls back there will fix it any way they want it.
Got a good group of girls back there doing that. Good friendly service. Everybody can enjoy themselves. To rush in, if you get in a hurry, just call ahead and they can prepare that biscuit for you. You rush in, pay for it, and rush back out.
That's exactly right. And our phone number is 245-9053. So, just call and we'll get it ready.
Any good fresh produce available for the weekend?
Yes, we do. Matter of fact, just came in yesterday. So just lettuce, tomatoes, a good salad mix over there, and grapes, just whatever, onion, potatoes. And I'd like to also throw out there, Jim, that our Cokes 2 liters are going to go on sale tomorrow, and you buy one, get one free. And all of our stores is running that special also, so just keep that in mind. I think if people drink Coke, that's a really good deal too.
It is, absolutely. Well, keep up the good work over there, Audrey. Sound like you're doing a great job, and we'll check back in with you on Tuesday of next week. Enjoy your weekend.
All righty. You too, Jim.
Thanks.
And bye-bye.
That's the Drop-In Family Grocery there on the Bostic Sunshine Highway, right across from the post office. Go by and enjoy breakfast, pick up your good lunch or evening meal, and buy some groceries. They'll love to see you.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
Well, all the bacon lovers, hold your hand up. Well, or toot your horn. you love bacon, well, Save-A-Lot Groceries it's ending today, matter of fact, a special over there on bacon. 10-pound box of bacon for $13.90 with a $25 purchase. Save $6 with the $25 purchase. Now, that's what I call a super deal. This sale will go through today. Stop in and get your bargain of bacon, but only at Save-A-Lot Grocery, the White Oaks Plaza, Spendale, just beside Factory Connection. And Factory Connection, by the way, is having a big sale, too, right next door there to them. 7:41, we're up to Union Mills to get the Kelly report from Miss Brenda. Good morning, Brenda Kelly.
Good morning. How are you? I believe you said on this terrific
Tremendous
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say Tuesday, but it's Thursday.
It is. I feel like we've been shorted a couple of days this month.
I think we have too, but that's all right. We're going to get the ball rolling into March here, and it's going to come in like a line, and it'll probably go out like a line.
Yeah. We don't get much relief much anymore with that coming in and going out.
No, I'm telling you, it's something else. But I hope everybody's having a good day. Did you get a chance to see the sunrise this morning?
I did look out the door, and it was beautiful, wasn't it?
It was. It was red, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So that means we got some inclement weather coming.
Well, it may come sure enough.
Todd said, he said, good morning. I said, well, good morning, you. How you feeling? He said, I'm fine. I'm just waiting on the rain. I said, well, you don't have to wait long anymore for it to rain.
I know it. If that weather turns off cold like they say, it could turn into anything.
Well, you just never know.
And Bob reminded me that that 7 to 10 days forecast thing on after the thunder. So we got a few more days to anticipate that snowy weather.
Yeah, well, you just never know. But we hope everybody's having a good day. I've got 40 degrees on the front porch. Birthdays today. I've got Keith Airwood, Cohen Pritchard, Chuck Radford, Cody Hill, Forrest Coon, Allie Bovender, and Derek Staley. I don't have anything on around here, so we hope all these people have a great old big day on their special day. And in ways of announcements, Thelma City United Methodist Church on Thelma City Road in Union Mills will be having an all-you-can-eat spaghetti supper on Saturday, March the 2nd. Begins at 4 p.m. and goes until. They'll be having spaghetti with homemade sauce, plain or mushroom, garlic bread, full salad bar, dessert and drink. Adults $8, children $3, under age 5 eat free. They'll have takeout plates available also, and proceeds go to support the church. And other than that, I don't have nothing.
Thank you so much, Brenda Kelly. Enjoy your day, and I will talk to you again on Friday.
Have a good one. Catch you later.
See you next month.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. At McCurry Deck Motors, you can browse a selection of vehicles that includes all of the top models in Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC lineups. The McCurry Deck Motors lineup of vehicles checks all the boxes, ensuring that they will have the perfect vehicle for any car shopper that visits their lot. Come visit and see what's in store for you and your family with the McCurry Deck quality reputation of fair deals and customer service. Try the Chevy. Find new roads with Chevy. At McCurry Deck Motors, we're the home of Chevy, Buick, and GMC. 1740 U.S. Highway 74A, Forest City.
You can know a successful business by the company they keep and the years of service to their customers. That's Southern Carpet and Hardwood Floors. Since 1993, Gerald and Lynn Toney have set out to offer the best products at affordable prices and ensure their customers are satisfied. Their son Clayton joined the business when he was old enough to look over the display cases, and he's been impressing customers ever since. The company, Southern Carpet, keeps and includes some of the best: Bruce Hardwood, Appalachian Hardwood, Armstrong Vinyl, Shaw Carpet, and many more you'll recognize. Southern Carpet has the largest selection of hardwoods and laminates in the area. Check with them when you want something done to your floors. Free estimates and expert installation. Drop by and see them at 1512 West Main Street in Forest City, right across from North State Gas. Look them up on Facebook and check out their website at www.southerncarpet.net.
We're now over to Ellenboro, North Carolina, US of A, and Luther Gilligan is over there to give us an update on what's happening in that town or east of here. Luther, good morning.
Good morning. Supposed to be downtown Ellenboro where the sun is up and I'm up. We're both wearing the shine.
All right. We're
going to have a good day today. But it's quiet there, and this morning nothing going. let's see, we had an accident about 4:30 this morning, somewhere between 4:15 and 4:30. And they took care of that and went back home and got everything squared away. Wasn't much to it. Then they said they had one medical call by lunchtime yesterday. Other than that, water problem quiet the rest of the day. Nothing else going on down here. Don't even have their birthdays or anything. Everybody just heads on into work, trying to get the week over with. Nothing else happening, Jim. You have a great day there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Luther. Enjoy your day.
I'm going to have a great time. You too.
All right,
Take
bye-bye.
care.
That's the Ellenboro report there from Luther Gilligan. Now it's birthday time for this 28th day of February. If you squeaked in your birthday before the month ended, call us now, and we'll give away some Daylight Donuts here in a few moments from the drawing. 287-3356 is the phone number to call your birthdays in. We'll see who's celebrating, and we'll have a good time giving away some donuts here after a bit. All those that are called in will be in the drawing. Again, that's 287-3356. Todd standing by to take your call. I know some of you are at the age now, you're ready to downsize your home. You've been maintaining your home for a long time. You got a lot of stuff going on outside. It's just more than you want to handle anymore. Well, if you're ready to downsize your home and move to a safe, friendly community, let me recommend Eastwood Village. What a beautiful adult community in a private neighborhood designed for active people who desire privacy, security, independence, and maintenance-free living. I like that maintenance-free living part. Eastwood Village consists of 37 homes located just 2 miles east of Forest City on Highway 74 Business. Eastwood homes are privately owned, self-governed by a board which consists of homeowners. Eastwood homeowners take pride in a beautiful, spacious clubhouse, outdoor pool, large gazebo, great neighbors. You get health care on site, 24 hours emergency nursing service, meals are available, so much more. So if you're thinking of downsizing, call and get a free tour, a personal tour at Eastwood Village. Call John Salone or Mike McKeithen at 245-9085, 245-9085. Just look around. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see why folks are loving it. Got some great friends over there that live there, and I think you'll enjoy it too. Again, that's 245-9085.
Health insurance is complicated, and with healthcare reform on the way, it's not getting any simpler. If you've got questions, we've got agents. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent can walk you through the changes and offer you the right healthcare plan with the right benefits for you. Healthcare may be changing, but our superior service isn't. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Well, the ayes have it, and the ayes have voted for Tri-City Optometric Eye Care, where Dr. Troy Tevis is the owner and operator. They love the personal service that you get with Dr. Tevis. He takes time to talk with you about what's going on with your eyes, and he'll give you exact info. He doesn't rush through his process. I like a doctor that's going to spend a little time and tell me what's going on. And that's what you get at Tri-City Optometric Eye Care. You're not just a number. You're a patient and somebody they care about. The friendly office staff will be glad to file your Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross, whatever insurance you have, United Healthcare, whatever you have. If you'll call them at 288-8662 for an appointment, they'll be glad to accept you. 288-8662. They're located in Rutherfordton, right there on North Main Street, 337 North Main Street in Rutherfordton, and also in Tryon. If your vision is important to you, who you trust your vision care to should be important. Call them today. That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today while they're fresh. They're good. They're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about. Happy birthday. Well, happy birthday to Aaron Hunt. David Ledford, pastor of Fairview Baptist Church up in Golden Valley, is having a birthday today. Want to wish David a happy. Stephen Petit of Rutherfordton celebrating. Misty Elliott also is having a birthday today. Joyce Moss works at Sunshine School, is having a birthday. Annette Tate celebrating. Works at Railroad Express. She's having a birthday today. Maybe a free hot dog ought to come her way. Trinity Logan, she's 11-year-old, goes to Forest City Dunbar. Also, today, a lot of folks were born on this date. Keith Arrowwood's having a birthday. Cohen Pritchard, Chuck Radford, Cody Hill, Forrest Kuhn, Ali Bovender, and Derek Stanley all these folks we want to say happy birthday to. And we'll find out who's going to win the donuts in just a moment.
A good name can be like gold. It can open doors of opportunity, provide services others might not receive, or get us an audience with an unwilling listener. In his book, I Almost Missed the Sunset, Bill Gaither tells the story of wanting to buy a piece of property to build a home and raise his young family. He approached the wealthy landowner and told of his desire to purchase the land. "Not selling," was the curt reply. Mr. Gaither went on to explain what he planned to do with the property, and would the man reconsider? "Nope, I plan to keep the property for grazing," was again the response. Shortly before Gaither turned to leave, the man said to him, "Any relation to Grover Gaither?" "Why, yes," Bill replied. "He was my grandfather." The old landowner said, "Interesting. Grover Gaither was the best worker I ever had on my farm. A full day's work for a day's pay. So honest." "What'd you say you wanted?" Gaither told him again. The man said, "Let me do some thinking on it and come back and see me." The deal was completed, and Gaither was able to raise his family on the beautiful piece of property near his home place. 30 years later, Gaither said to his son, "Benji, you've had this wonderful place to grow up through nothing that you've done, but because of the good name of a great-granddad you never met." A good name can benefit others as well as ourselves. The Proverbs say, "A good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold." This is Bill Hostler with today's key to confident living.
Good words of wisdom there. Congratulations to David Ledford, pastor of Fairview Baptist Church up in Golden Valley. He's won the Daylight Donuts this morning from our drawing. So congratulations to the pastor up there. And I know he can enjoy those donuts. Coming up next hour, Dr. Bob is going to be in the studio here in the Blue Room, holding office hours and taking your questions on how to live healthy naturally. If you have a question about your health, what's ailing you, just give Dr. Bob a call. He'll tell you what to do about that from a natural standpoint. 287-3356. And that'll be coming up here in just
I'm Mike Riley. President Trump is on his way back to Washington without an agreement with Kim Jong-un to denuclearize North Korea. Kim Jong-un wanted all sanctions lifted as part of the deal, something Mr. Trump would not agree to. More from CBS's Margaret Brennan in Hanoi.
Sometimes you have to walk It was a high-stakes meeting with a disappointing outcome. After extensive face-to-face talks in a five-star Hanoi hotel, President Trump said Kim Jong-un's offer was simply not good enough to give up America's leverage.
An operative in North Carolina's unresolved congressional race has been charged with obstruction and illegal ballot possession related to the 2016 and 2018 elections. Wake County District Attorney Lauren Freeman said Wednesday that Leslie McCrae Dowlis Jr. was arrested after the grand jury indictments, but
there is still a lot of work to be done. We felt like this was an important first step in bringing this case to the court system and in making a statement that this case is serious.
President Trump's former lawyer Michael Cohen called Mr. Trump a racist, con man, and a cheat in his testimony. He says he hopes his testimony helps to heal America. Jonathan Turley is a law professor at George Washington University. He says Cohen hurt the president when he says he fudged financial numbers.
Perhaps the most worrisome aspect of the testimony was the suggestion that the Southern District of New York is pursuing all types of potential criminal transactional offenses.
Charlotte school leaders have voted to convert 4 year-round schools to a more traditional schedule. WBTV reports the school board voted to change that, a major impact to over 1,700 students. The North Carolina Court of Appeal should remain at 15 judges, with legislation now heading to Governor Roy Cooper's desk that repeals a 2017 law Republicans pushed through. You're listening to NCN News.
There's a new risky scheme circulating in Raleigh that's going to hurt our teachers, state employees, and retirees.
The state treasurer is floating this risky scheme that will cut more than $400 million in payments to your local doctors and hospitals. Those cuts will cripple local hospitals, meaning state employees, teachers, and retirees on the state health plan will have limited access to hospitals and doctors in your community. This risky scheme will cut services. It will take away your choice about who you want to care for you and your family.
If the state treasurer really wants to cut costs to the state health plan, he needs to work with doctors and hospitals to prevent illness, manage chronic diseases, and help folks lose weight and stay healthy.
Healthy employees and retirees will save the state health plan money. Isn't that what the treasurer says he wants?
Let's stop pointing fingers and start working to build a smarter state health plan by protecting patients and supporting the folks who take care of them.
That's the North Carolina way of doing things.
Paid for by Partners for Innovation in Healthcare.
As the state legislature considers changes in liquor sales in North Carolina, several groups came together to say things should stay the way they are. Among those speaking to reporters at the legislative building in Raleigh was Wrightsville Beach Police Chief Dan House, who says there are public safety concerns about wider sales of alcohol.
Allowing grocery stores, pharmacies, convenience stores would necessarily increase the consumption of liquor, and with the crime that goes along with it. U.S. peace talks with the Taliban will restart this week. CBS News correspondent Cammie McCormick has more.
There's a brief pause in the talks following what the U.S. envoy called solid negotiations. He called the meetings productive. There may be some progress on a U.S. demand that the Taliban negotiate with the government in Kabul, with the formation of a national team of Afghans. The next 2 days are for internal deliberations, and then the U.S. and Taliban representatives will return to the table.
A new bill in North Carolina would require people in the state to register their bicycles with the Division of Motor Vehicles. The bill's sponsor is Alexander County Representative Jeffrey Elmore. Terry Lansdale, the head of Bike Walk NC, a bicycle safety advocacy group, tells WSOC News.
DMV is struggling to keep up with automobile registrations.
A Florida congressman who attacked Michael Cohen on Twitter is now under investigation by the state bar. CBS News correspondent Peter King has more from Orlando.
That tweet by Republican Matt Gaetz mentioned Cohen's wife and father-in-law and asked if they, quote, know about your girlfriends. Cohen's attorney saw that as a threat, and a Florida bar spokeswoman says all complaints against Florida attorneys are investigated. Gaetz was in the hearing room yesterday. He says he's apologized to Cohen. He says he didn't intend for his tweet to be taken as a threat, just to, quote, create context. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
Mike Rayleigh.
100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
From ABC News.
I'm Sherry Preston. Progress, but no deal at the summit in Vietnam. And now President Trump is on his way home. ABC's Karen Travers says the president and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un cut their meeting short when they couldn't agree on when to lift sanctions.
President Trump says it's a sign of progress that North Korea hasn't conducted any nuclear test in over a year. At a press conference Thursday here in Hanoi, he said that even though he and Kim Jong-un did not reach an agreement, the North Korean leader will not restart testing.
I trust him and I take him at his word. I hope that's true.
Karen Travers, ABC News, traveling with the president in Hanoi.
But ABC News Chief Global Affairs Correspondent Martha Raddatz in Hanoi says
this abrupt ending today showed just how far apart the U.S. and North Korea are in their understanding of what happened at the first summit in June. The administration then saying Kim was willing to denuclearize before sanctions relief. Now we know that Kim either saw the deal differently or has now changed the conditions for the deal.
President Trump at an early morning press conference also talked about Michael Cohen, his former lawyer, testifying before Congress. The president said, quote, he lied a lot. More on Cohen's testimony from ABC's Mark Remillard in Washington.
Cohen even said he is still cooperating with investigators in the Southern District of New York, though he would not provide further details. Now Cohen will again be on Capitol Hill to testify before the House Intelligence Committee in a closed hearing.
The number of pedestrians killed in the U.S. hit a nearly 30-year high last year, rising 4%. Richard Redding with the Governor's Highway Safety Association says makes sense to him.
All you need is a set of eyes. Go out on any busy road and look at how many people have devices mounted on their dashboard or right on their windshield.
Along with distractions, aging infrastructure is also getting some blame. Parts of California wine country getting a bit of a break from the rain that's flooded several towns in Sonoma County. Thousands of buildings have been inundated with water. You're listening to ABC News.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
If you file for an extension on tax day, that just gives you more time to fill out the forms. The IRS still expects you to pay up. Now, if you're just not ready to file by tax time, an extension will give you an additional 6 months to put it all together. Head to the IRS website for more details.
Do you owe more than $10,000 in taxes to the IRS? There are programs that can reduce or eliminate your debt now. Call Fox Tax at 800-680-8090. 800-680-8090.
Several reports now say Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be indicted on bribery charges today, part of a long-running corruption investigation. Another Democrat is reportedly closing in on a decision on a possible presidential run.
Despite losing in his bid to unseat incumbent Senator Ted Cruz in November, former Congressman Beto O'Rourke is seen by some Democrats as a White House contender. Asked in early February on the Oprah Winfrey Network when he might have a decision, O'Rourke said,
before the end of this month.
Today, of course, is the last day of the month. Beto O'Rourke's self-imposed deadline for a decision on running for president in 2020. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
A doctor in Florida is a lifesaver after taking on a man with a gun.
A Florida doctor is recovering, shot in the neck after a veteran opened fire in a Riviera Beach VA hospital. A law enforcement agent at the scene said 59-year-old Larry Ray Ben, a double amputee, was about to undergo a mental health evaluation when he pulled out a gun. That doctor springing into action.
The same doctor who sustained the neck injury was the same person who subdued the subject.
Authorities are not releasing the doctor's name.
But he's doing well, and he did a heroic thing.
Dave Packer, ABC News.
Some schools in Kentucky are closed today, with teachers across the state staging a sick-out. The union reportedly urging teachers across the state to call out and head to the state capitol to protest a pension reform bill. This is ABC News.
It's time. Time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
I'm Sherry Preston.
Inspiration grows here. The Southern Spring Home and Garden Show, February 22nd through 24th and March 1st through 3rd at the Park Expo and Conference Center. 2 weekends only to find innovative products, great deals, and practical advice with hundreds of experts. See America's favorite carpenter, Ty Pennington of TLC's Trading Spaces, appearing February 23rd only. Plus, explore the beautiful Bellegarde Gardens inspired by HGTV. From kitchens and baths to gardening and more, the Southern Spring Home and Garden Show. Buy tickets online and save $2 at charlottespringhomeandgardenshow.com.
After the chill yesterday, we expect a warmer afternoon, but unfortunately more rain is on the way. It should arrive later on today. Cloudy skies with highs in the upper 50s to low 60s. We do expect some patchy dense fog around the area this morning. Tonight it's cloudy with rain likely. Have the rain gear if you're going to be out overnight. The low in the low to mid 40s. And keep the rain gear handy on Friday. Although the rain would be on the light side, it would be accompanied by drizzle and mist. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the upper 40s to low 50s. I'm Mike Mays in the Weather Center.
Mike, we're here at Rutherfordton. We've grown up to 48 degrees now. Started out at 45, grew a little bit to 48, and we'll be climbing up to 61 for a daytime high right here in the foothills. New precipitation amounts from 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch possible today after the rain starts later today. About 80% chance of that happening. Rains in the forecast all the way through the rest of the week. So there you go. Rain, rain. Congratulations to David Ledford of pastor of Fairview Baptist up in Golden Valley. He won the donuts this morning from the drawing here at the radio station. All the birthdays that are called in are in a drawing, and David Ledford was the winner this morning. Right here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, Rupton. We got a lot to talk about this hour. More information on the accident day before yesterday that took the life of a very popular retired principal, Roger McClooney. We'll talk more about that race, that accident coming up here in just a few moments. Then Dr. Bob is in at 8:30 taking your questions. So if you want to call your question in, the phone lines are clear for that, 287-3356. Life's always moving. Rush hour traffic, school pickups, and running errands. You're racking up miles. Michelin makes sure you keep up with the new long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With 80,000-mile warranty and safety you expect, now you can enjoy the trip. At Tri-City Tire on East Mountain Street in Rutherfordton, you're always number one. Service you can count on at a price you'll smile about. So if it's a big job, a small fix, or just some free, friendly advice before you hit the road, take it to the professionals at Tri-City Tire. Get the peace of mind you deserve from experts who know how to get the job done right. Tri-City Tire has been serving their customers for years, but they still do it on a first-name basis and take the time for each and every one of them. You can check them out online, on Facebook, or just come on down, and they'll take care of you with a warm handshake and friendly smile. Doing it right, doing it fast, and always at a great price. Your hometown local dealer, especially when you need one. That's Tri-City Tire in Rutherfordton, here and ready to help you. So when you're ready to downsize your home and move to a safe, friendly community, let me recommend Eastwood Village. What a beautiful adult community in a private neighborhood designed for active people who desire privacy, security, independence, and maintenance-free living. I like that maintenance-free living part, don't you? Eastwood Village consists of 37 homes located just 2 miles east of Forest City on Highway 74 Business. Eastwood homes are privately owned and self-governed by a board which consists of only homeowners. Eastwood homeowners take pride in a beautiful, spacious clubhouse, outdoor pool, large gazebo, great neighbors. You get health care on site, 24-hour emergency nursing service, meals are available, and so much more. If you like being with active adults who enjoy a private country setting and live in your own home, you should contact Eastwood Village Senior Adult Community. Let me arrange a personal tour for you and see for yourself. Call John Salone or Mike McKeithen at 245-9085. I know you will love it. And you may be in the position to help your parents downsize a little bit. And they're not quite sure where to go. Why don't you take a stroll through this village there at Eastwood Village and see what you think, and maybe suggest to your parents that might be the answer. It's adult, no, it's a adult-only kind of facility. I think you're really going to like it. All right, let's look at some stories from here that I mentioned a couple of days ago about the death of popular retired RS Rutherford County School principal dying in the crash. And Daily Courier now has an extensive story on that. Let me share some of the information with you. That Roger McClooney died Tuesday in a collision with a tractor-trailer at the intersection of College Avenue and Thunder Road. Roger McClooney, who was 72, was killed when he drove his 2016 Toyota Avalon north along Thunder Road into the path of a tractor-trailer heading east on College Avenue about noon, 11:53 a.m. The impact of the crash pushed McClooney's car 201 feet from the point of impact, according to Spindale Police Sergeant Joey Vaughn. Owner-operator Richard Morley, 72, of Wesley Chapel, Florida, and his wife were hauling a 75,000-pound load from Spruce Pine to Florida as his big rig descended along the grade at the intersection. Morley said his light was changing to red but not yet red. McClooney's car suddenly crossed through the intersection in front of Morley's 18-wheeler. At issue is which driver had the right-of-way with the green traffic signal. Vaughn says speed was not a factor as an issue of the lights. Spindale police conducted a crash reconstruction and interviewed witnesses of the crash, and they're still interviewing witnesses as the case remains under investigation, according to Vaughn. In addition to witnesses at the scene, others have come by way of social media after they stated on Facebook about observing the fatal crash. One woman stated that she was directly behind McClooney at the time, according to Spindale Police Chief Eric Shelton. McClooney was a retired principal of Rutherford County Schools. Tuesday's crash left afternoon traffic snarl for more than 3 hours as law enforcement detoured eastbound College Avenue motorists to other routes away from the scene. Crashes at the intersection have become too common for law enforcement. They are riding between the posted speed of 55 miles per hour and the steep hill. Motorists seemingly have a limited amount of time and sight distance to get safely stopped at the red lights. Sheldon said he plans to advocate for North Carolina Department of Transportation to make changes in that intersection there for safety. He says, I'm going to work to get DOT to work on that intersection, Sheldon said, adding that signage with flashing caution lights at the top of the grade would be a helpful addition. They are seeking information. If anyone witnessed the crash, they're asking you to call the Spindale Police at 286-3464. Roger McClooney was highly thought of, highly respected, and he never slowed down even after his retirement. He involved in several civic activities. He also sang in a church choir at Spencer. He was in another group of singers. And he competed in the barbecue cook-offs until he retired from that. So he was full of life and was highly thought of, respected. A lot of children came through school remembering Mr. McClooney there for a while, then Dr. McClooney, who was a great educator. So our thoughts and prayers still go out to his family, the loss of this great man. Other news from here and there, the Daily Courier is reporting that 2 JROTC instructors at RS Central have been suspended. A pair of Marine JROTC program instructors at RS Central have been suspended from their teaching positions and the target of a criminal probe. Rutherford County Schools suspended Eric Currington and Chris Brown from their instructoral duties in accordance with state law after school officials uncovered allegations of misconduct. RCS officials then notified the sheriff's office, according to a press release. Because of state confidentiality laws concerning school employees, Rutherford County School is unable to release any additional information at this time, including the nature of the allegations. The release said the school system is coordinating with law enforcement, but they have been suspended from their duties with JROTC there at RS Central. The Greenville County Sheriff's Office and the coroner were called to a Chestnut Ridge Heritage Preserve Trail Wednesday in Landrum after a hiker found a body. The trail is located off Oak Grove Road near Landrum. The body was reportedly found between a half a mile and a mile down the trail from the road. The coroner was called to the scene just after 6 p.m. Wednesday and has not yet determined the cause of death, but they are still investigating that death of that body that was found there in Landrum. Well, a North Carolina legislator received domestic violence order. A judge ruled Tuesday in favor of of a North Carolina legislator's wife and issued a domestic violence protection order against him. Judge Fritz Mercer issued the order against North Carolina Representative Cody Henson, Republican, who represents the North Carolina House of Representatives' 113th District, which includes Polk, Transylvania, and part of Henderson County. Henson won his second term last November. The civil court hearings on Tuesday was held at the Transylvania Courthouse in Brevard, where Henson lives. Henson's wife, Kelsey, petitioned earlier this year that her husband was repeatedly texting her outside the hours they agreed they would to communicate about their children. Henson was served with a 50B ex parte domestic violence order of protection at the end of January. The order of protection requires that Henson refrain from domestic violence. Henson is now being investigated for cyber stalking by the Transylvania County Sheriff's Office, but has not been charged. Kelsey Henson claimed that she had been subjected to levels of harassment to such a level as to inflict substantial emotional distress, with her placed in an ongoing fear for her safety and that of her children. She has reportedly made 3 calls to 911 about her husband over the last year. She has also said the abuse was not physical. North Carolina statute defined electronic communications become the crime of cyberstalking when done repeatedly, whether or not conversation ensues for the purpose of abusing, threatening, terrifying, harassing, or embarrassing any person. In Tuesday's court hearing, Judge Mercer had the option of requiring Henson to turn in any firearms while the order is in effect, but the judge did not give that order. This afternoon was a big day for the life of Isothermal Community College. Trelleborg Coated Systems USA in Rutherford has pledged a substantial multi-year donation to support Isothermal College's new Applied Sciences and Workforce Development Center. They had the ribbon cutting yesterday afternoon about 5:30. A various number of people were there for that ribbon cutting, and a few talks from officials of Trelleborg, and President Walter Dalton and a couple of vice presidents also spoke. Trelleborg is a world leader in engineered polymer-coated fabrics that seal, damp, and protect critical applications in demanding environments, and they are having a partnership with Isothermal now in this new facility, which is very nice. Trelleborg is investing in Isothermal in an effort to train and educate a modern workforce in addition to building a better future for the community. Isothermal College is an integral part of our community. It's a privilege for Trelleborg to partner with the college to help prepare our students and workers for the technical challenges of the future, says Steve Brockman, General Manager. Well, the Rutherford County Democratic Party will hold its annual convention Saturday, March 23rd at the Democratic headquarters, Main Street, Forest City at 10 a.m. All registered Rutherford County Democrats are welcome to attend this meeting. Precinct delegates will vote on officers and bring resolutions to the county from their precinct meetings. These precinct delegates will also elect representatives to serve as delegates to represent Rutherford County at the District 10 Democratic Convention, which is to be held Saturday, April the 27th. It's 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. It's Sheriff's Report. Coming up here in just a moment with Sheriff Chris Francis reporting. Lifestyle Wellness and Spa is celebrating their 31st anniversary, and you get the gift. That's right. The gift of membership at Lifestyle for only 31 cents is yours for the asking. Thank you, Rutherford County, for supporting our family-owned and family-operated business. At Lifestyle, you can enjoy group exercise classes, yoga, silver stretch, women's studio, swimming pool, new equipment, and so much more. Join now during the anniversary celebration for only 31 cents at Lifestyle Wellness and Spa. Ask about the new 828 Functional Weight Loss Challenge, too. Only 20 slots available at Lifestyle Wellness and Spa. The special deal ends today, so don't let that run out on you. Get over there and enroll. Real easy. Have you heard the 3 big lies about Medicaid eligibility? First, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your house. That's not true. Second, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. That's not true. And third, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. That's not true. Please call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Ken Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm for a free consultation and learn the truth about Medicaid and eligibility and nursing home care in North Carolina. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify and not lose everything you own. Call the Arledge Law Firm today at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherford. Again, that's 287-3338.
Do you need some extra money in your pocket? Try Insurance Service Associates, your local independent agent. We can shop your auto and home insurance with several companies to get you better coverage and the best rate. Insurance Service Associates at 127 East Trade Street in Forest City for auto, home, or commercial insurance. More choices, better coverage, best rate. That's Insurance Service Associates, 245-5301.
Rutherford Regional Health System now features its walk-in services at Forest City Family Care at 212 Allendale Drive, Forest City, just behind the Tri-City Mall. Those needing walk-in care enjoy the same great services, but now at the new location. They continue to operate Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. The scope of services remain unchanged for the walk-in patients. When you don't have an appointment but need to be seen quickly, we hope you'll choose the walk-in services now located at the rear entrance of Forest City Family Care.
Hi from Smith Drugs in downtown Forest City. Go to our Facebook page and check our daily sale items in the gift shop on a variety of items to include clothing, shoes, toys, books, jewelry, just to name a few, or come in and see for yourself and save on these sale items. Also, don't forget our daily breakfast specials at $3.99 and our lunch specials at $5.99 in the old-fashioned soda fountain. After 3 p.m., ice cream and desserts only will be served until close Monday through Saturday. Our home medical department has a number of products, including CPAPs and supplies for those CPAPs, lift chairs, seating cushions, walkers, and canes, besides diabetic shoes and mastectomy services. And last, go to our new website at smithsdrugsfc.com and see all the new changes we have made, including our mobile app, which can and will save you time on refills of medications. Or you can simply come in and we can show you how to go to our website and download that mobile app on your smartphone. Thank you for all that you do in supporting Smith Drugs, downtown Forest City at 139 East Main Street.
Again, congratulations to David Ledford, pastor of Fairview Baptist up in Golden Valley. He won the Daylight Donuts this morning from Granny B's, and we'll have that certificate right here in our studio. Come by and pick that up. Now here is Sheriff Chris Francis with our morning report.
Jim, in the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 152 calls for service. There have been 12 arrests processed in county jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 155. Among those arrested, Philip Scott McIntyre, Jr., 22-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with resist, obstruct, delay. He received a $1,000 secure bond. Derek Thomas Rush, 29-year-old male of Ellenboro, was charged with 2 counts of felony probation violations, 2 counts of failure to appear, misdemeanor probation violation, and an ordinance of discharging a firearm in the city limits, and was given a $60,000 secure bond. Benjamin Lee Sane III, 18-year-old male of Ruston, was charged with assault and battery. He received a written promise to appear. Heather Renee Brooks, 25-year-old female of Forest City, was charged with felony probation violation, received a $10,000 secure bond. Kim Michelle Voss, 55-year-old female of Shelby, was charged with felony larceny, received a $1,000 unsecured bond. Jessica Shea Parker, 38-year-old from Union Mills, was charged with possession of Schedule 2 drug paraphernalia, possession of Schedule 6, received a $5,000 secure bond. Jason Edwin Jackson, 41-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with failure to appear, possession of meth, and possession of Schedule 6, received a $10,000 bond for the drug charges and a $513 cash bond for the failure to appear, failure to comply charge. Denzel Jarkus Wright, a 26-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with failure to appear and received a $1,000 secure bond. Carla Michelle Hoffman, 43-year-old female, was charged with 2 counts of probation violation, 2 counts of failure to appear, and received a $13,000 secure bond. Among the incidents, we had a larceny on Satellite Drive in Rutherford. There was $220 in U.S. currency, a Galaxy Samsung phone valued at $150, and a Capital One credit card that was taken. Someone known to the victim appears to have taken that and left the residence. There was a domestic call on Veneer Road where an incident report was done. No one was taken to the hospital in that particular case. We have a possible conversion on Grays Creek Church Road in Rutherford where someone had taken an AR-15 rifle to have it fixed. In quite some time, they'd not been able to get that firearm back from the person that they were paying to have it fixed. We had a fraud case on Grover Wilson Drive in Rutherford where someone used the victim's account information to order a laptop from QVC without authorization. We also had another fraud case on Oscar Justice Road in Rutherford where someone used the victim's information to get Dish Network services. We had a breaking and entering, larceny and damage to property on River Road in Rutherford where a Briggs & Stratton generator valued at $899 was taken, a Craftsman power drill valued at $100, another power drill valued at $100, a Black & Decker sander valued at $50, and a heat pump was damaged also in that particular incident. And Jim, that's what we had to report today.
That our fans had to witness it. First time in 31 years I've gotten tossed, and then I think our guys lost their composure a little bit, and you can't do that against a top 10 team.
And the ECU's dropped 8 straight against top 10 opponents, as well as in the series against Houston. Up next, the Pirates play at Tulsa, that game on Sunday. One other North Carolina men's D1 program in play last night, Davidson and LaSalle got the past them 79-69. The Wildcats in the loss slipped 2 games behind VCU in the Atlantic 10 with 3 games left for both teams on the regular season. Davidson is home against Fordham on Saturday. Other finals last night involving teams in the top 25. Number 2 Virginia beat Georgia Tech. 7th-ranked Tennessee got past Mississippi State. Villanova upset number 10 Marquette, and 11th-ranked Texas beat Oklahoma State in overtime. The score 84-80. Number 12 Nevada topped UNLV. 14th-ranked Purdue beat Illinois. Penn State upset number 17 Maryland, and number 23 Cincinnati. They topped SMU 52-49. This is NCN Sports.
Hockey fans, Caniacs, and other cool people, have you ever tried a Canes Fam value pack? They're a great way for you and your fam, that can be family or coworkers or buddies, to catch a Carolina Hurricanes home game with 4 or more bundled discounted tickets that also come with a $10 per ticket PNC Arena food and beverage credit. This special offer is available March 1st against the Blues, March 23rd against the Wild, and April 4th against the Devils. Learn more today at hurricanes.com/fampacks.
Where are the leaders of tomorrow shaped and molded? They're shaped on the courts, fields, mats, and tracks of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. The NCHSAA is our 417-member schools, impacting communities across the state of North Carolina. From Murphy to Manteo, the NCHSAA is coaches, administrators, and officials working tirelessly to invest in the next generation of leaders for our great state. Who are we? We are high school. We are the NCHSAA.
Houston won their 3rd game last night and handing the Charlotte Hornets their 3rd straight loss. The Rockets winning 118-113. Philadelphia Eagles general manager Howie Roseman says the team will not use its franchise tag on Nick Foles and instead let him become a free agent. Roseman says the decision came after Foles expressed his desire to become a starter during a recent meeting. Foles was Carson Wentz's backup during each of the past 2 seasons, but finished both seasons as the starter, winning the Super Bowl MVP award last year and guiding the Eagles to a loss in the wild card round this time around. Major League players and management appear headed toward early labor negotiations. The talks could lead to significant economic changes in the collective bargaining agreement and possibly a new deal past the current expiration of December 2021. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
After the chill yesterday, we expect a warmer afternoon, but unfortunately more rain is on the way. It should arrive later on today. Cloudy skies with highs in the upper 50s to low 60s. We do expect some patchy dense fog around the area this morning. Tonight it's cloudy with rain likely. Have the rain gear if you're going to be out overnight. The low in the low to mid 40s. And keep the rain gear handy on Friday. Although the rain would be on the light side, it would be accompanied by drizzle and mist. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the upper 40s to low 50s. I'm Mike Mays in the Weather Center.
That sun is looking mighty good out there right now. It's 51 degrees, and we should be climbing up to 10 more degrees, 61 for our expected high today. But I'm afraid the sun's not going to last all day. Looks like the rain may start developing later on this evening and tonight. But we can enjoy the sun while it's there, right? 51 degrees. Currently here at WCAB in Rutherford. The following program, Dr. Bob's Grocery Store Medicine and Healthy Life Anecdotes, is paid for by Dr. Bob Crummy. The opinions expressed on this program by Dr. Crummy are not necessarily those of the owner and staff of WCAB. You are invited to call your questions in live now to Dr. Bob at 287-3356. And now live in the studio, here is Dr. Bob Crummy. Dr. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Jim Bishop. It's great to be with you again in the beautiful blue room at WCAB.
Well, you sound look cheerful this morning, like you woke up feeling good.
I am cheerful this morning, and the reason is today is my wife's birthday. Now, my wife, her body died 18 months ago, and I've had some difficulty adjusting to that, except one of her favorite sayings was, bodies die, but people don't. And she just thought our spiritual world took over after that. So I'm celebrating her life today. And my children and I are going to celebrate it probably Friday and Saturday. But today, if anyone wants to come by the house, if anyone knows Dr. Ann, she was a therapist. She worked with so many people. She was a dance instructor. And if you want to come by and enjoy a piece of cake with me at 211 Maple Street, anytime after 2, I'll be home for sure. My plans after I leave here are to go to Lifestyle, work out, and then maybe go to the Senior Citizens Center for lunch and then come home. Now, sometimes after my workout, I just go home, and that works out well too. So I could be home as early as 12 noon today. But I am going to have the celebration, and if you were a friend of Ann's or a client or a patient of hers and want to know some more about her, I'll be happy to share some wonderful stories about this lady celebrating her death, celebrating her life, I guess, more than that. That's one good thing that perks me up. Another good thing is I lost my book by Linus Pauling. And I found it I found it yesterday, in fact,
good.
And I am so happy about that.
Good.
I'm going to share some things with the audience that he said. He is an absolutely fantastic guy. And then the other thing is I had a couple of problems, and I ran into a couple of herbs I didn't know about, and I have done a little bit of research on them, so I've got 17 herbs to talk about and tell people really quickly. Number 1, what they do. Number 2, how good they are. Number 3, how inexpensive they are, how to get them from, at a very, very reasonable price from Swanson Vitamins or Swanson.com.
Well, that's good. I've got a couple of questions been handed in this morning, called in this morning. So if you're ready to go with those, we might remind listeners also the phone lines are open. If you have a question you'd like to ask Dr. Bob this morning, feel free to call that question in. First question, Dr. Bob. Is massage therapy a good thing for arthritis?
It is, and there are other good things for arthritis too, but massage therapy is good for it. Exercise is good for it, and heat and cold, that kind of thing. But, here again, you've got to be reasonable with yourself. Look at yourself. If you're 50 pounds overweight, you got to lose 50 pounds if you want to stop hurting, the arthritis or arthralgia. And
okay. Next question, someone says, my eyes tear up a lot. What could be the reason for that? Tear up without any cause, apparently.
Most of the time, when that happens, it's something like you've got a little inflammation there. Let's say a couple of bacteria are trying to grow there and this sort of thing. And what your body's doing is a defense mechanism to wash out whatever it is that's there, so that you're just sort of taking a bath with your eyes or trying to, Now, recently I've done something real interesting. I almost hate to tell folks about this. Lutein, Lutein. My wife and I developed trouble, and we had to get reading glasses at the same time. And we both got them, and the reading glasses helped us. And that's supposed to be a sign of middle age, by the way, when that happens to you. And she started taking lutein. And she read that it was good for eye problems and was a nutrient that your eye needed. And I'd be darned if she didn't put her reading glasses away and her vision was good. Now, I didn't have sense enough to, or the discipline enough to just do something like that. I just used the glasses, they worked, and pretty soon I had to get bifocals, and they worked too. And now I keep losing my bifocals, and it's kind of frustrating. But recently, I've tried Luton, and also there's something called Eye Bright, E-Y-E, Eye Bright. And Jim, my vision's getting better. I think I'm going to be able to take my glasses off. Now, I haven't succeeded yet, but I can tell it's better, And actually, I don't see as well out of my glasses as I did, which is what happens when your vision starts improving.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking just before, one of Mike is always an interest of mine is how you develop a positive attitude to get started. The day you always seem to be up and.
Well, the analogy I give people to help them understand it a little bit is when you get in your car, you crank it up. You crank the car up, the motor's running. The car engine doesn't care if it's in neutral or it's in forward gear or if it's in reverse. Now, the brain is kind of like the car engine. The brain is on all the time. The brain is going to get stimuli. It wants it. And it doesn't matter to the brain if it's negative or if it's positive. And what you put in it is what you get out of it. And so if you put positive thinking into it, and this is why I took a course in hypnosis and I learned the principles. And it's simply a matter of giving yourself suggestions. Your brain doesn't care if you kick it in the butt or if you pat it on the back. It wants its strokes every day, so many strokes. So it's a matter of, it's a beautiful day and I feel wonderful. You keep saying that, and so help me, it works. Now, I went away and paid $400 and took a course in hypnosis just to learn that. They taught it to me in about 2 minutes. I said, "Is this all there is to it?" They said, "Yeah, but you got to practice it, Yeah. So that and it's a very simple thing. And also, the reverse is true. If you put negative thoughts in, if you wake up and you say, "Oh God, I got a headache, I feel terrible," that starts happening. I mean, it gets worse and worse. If you can wake up the same way with that, and you can say, "It's a beautiful day and I feel wonderful." Keep saying that, pretty soon you. Yeah. And if you have the positive attitude, like, "I'm going to take 2 aspirin to get rid of this headache," you take it. And if it's not going in 4 hours, you take 2 more, and you say, "I know it works."
Those are the questions we had this morning, and I know you came with information you'd like to share today.
Yeah, now let's see. Have I said how happy I am that Linus book that I felt?
Yeah, you did say that.
Okay. Now, what I want to do is, one of the things that really got me excited about Linus Pauling, he's probably the smartest man in the 1900s. 2 Nobel Prizes. Who else does that? A real scientist. He criticized medicine because he said doctors are misleading people about good health. And he's a great believer in taking vitamins. He became a scientist of nutrition. And I mean, a real expert. Now, in his book, he recommends, and the book is called How to Live Longer and Feel Better. It's in paperback. And he gives 12 things to do to live longer and feel better. And some of the things he suggested, like, I've never heard anybody else make those suggestions. So I'm going to read to you very quickly what Linus Pauling says about it. Now, he's a great believer in taking vitamins. He says regardless of what you eat, how good your nutrition is, we still don't get enough of certain things. One thing he says is vitamin C, and boy, he really pushes vitamin C. And basically he says take 6,000 to 18,000 milligrams of it a day. Now, that's a lot. He sticks by that, though. He says, do not miss a single day of taking vitamin C. And then he recommends vitamin E. He says, regardless of what you eat, you don't, and even if you take a multivitamin tablet, you still don't get enough vitamin E. You need to take a little more each day. He suggests you take 400, what they call units a day, or it can even go up to 1,600, but you need to take it every day. And then his third suggestion is take super vitamin B tablets every day. A good amount of vitamin B. He says so many illnesses and we get off balance when we don't get all of the vitamin B's that we need to get. And he said most of us don't. He recommends 25,000 units of vitamin A every day. And then he recommends taking a mineral supplement every day. Now he says, do this and you're going to feel better. But he also says things like, the number 6, he says, keep your intake of ordinary sugar down. And number 7, he says, avoid sugar, eat what you like, but not too much of any one food. Eggs and meat are good foods. Also, you should eat some vegetables and fruits each day. Do not eat so much food as to become obese. Now, 70% of us haven't heard that, and we become mildly obese. Number 8, he says, drink plenty of water every day. Number 9, he says, keep active, take some exercise. Do not at any time exert yourself physically to the extent that you're not accustomed. And then, let's see, drink alcoholic beverage only in moderation. Number 11, do not smoke cigarettes. Number 12, avoid stress. Work at a job that you like. Be happy with your family. Isn't that something? Now, in his book, a little later on, he says something like, that'll add 35 years to your life and you'll be happy.
Now, he lived to be, what, 100?
He lived to be 99 years old. He may have made it to 100. He was born in 1900, and he died in 1999.
Yep. I knew he lived to be a ripe old age.
Mm-hmm.
So he lived what he preached.
Oh, he did. And boy, I tell you what, he didn't mind fighting with medical groups at all. And he felt that his PhDs in chemistry were more important than their MDs, and especially what they practice and this sort of thing. And he tried to get the science of nutrition really built up. And he was really a scientist.
So he wasn't a medical doctor. He was a PhD.
Yeah. And he said, and we're more important than you MDs.
A couple of questions have been called in this morning. They want you to suggest herbal remedies for skin cancer.
Well, for skin cancer, really, I don't. There are a lot of good things for it. One of the things is Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap. Dr. Bronner, Bronner, peppermint soap. And if you'll just take, that's in liquid form, and if you'll just take you a little dropper or something and put a couple of drops on the skin cancer and keep on putting it there, it will absolutely sort of flake off. And the same thing is true of warts and moles and things like this. Anything that you've got skin tags, if you want them to fall off, all you've got to do is just put a little Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap. Now, there are other things you can put on it too, but I'm going to just mention that because I think that's the best and it's the easiest to do. Now, and here's another thing. Put it on 12 times a day. All you got to do is put a couple of drops on it. Now, some people some people just do it once a day. Well, that will work, but boy, if you want it to work faster and better and you want to be impressed by it, just put it a little bit on. I have skin cancers. I have 2 right now on my shoulder and my neck, and I'm putting Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap on it. You can see it there. Mm-hmm. And it'll kind of get like little tiny flaky stuff there, and all you got to do is scratch it off.
Next question. Give a natural remedy to increase testosterone.
Well, first of all, for males, we're talking about libido, and what I'm going to do is, not libido, I'm going to suggest that males get rid of the excess estrogen they have in their system. We lose our libido because we start turning foods into estrogen. And most males, let's say over the age of 50, have more estrogen in their system than their wives do or their girlfriends do. And so it's a matter of getting rid of the estrogen. If you get rid of the estrogen, then your body automatically starts making more testosterone. And you can get rid of that by taking an herb, and the herb is called holy basil. Holy, H-O-L-Y, basil, B-A-S-I-L. Now, I don't know why or what, but Jim, I read that, and guess what? I had lost my libido. I talked with my wife about it. I decided not to take any estrogen, not to take any testosterone or whatever. And I started taking holy basil, and my libido returned.
Holy basil.
Holy basil. Now, another thing that helps it is something called DHEA. If you take DHEA, it is sort of a precursor hormone that will help you in forming all the other hormones in your body. It helps to bring hormonal balance back to your body. And these five hormones, like the pituitary glands, the adrenal glands, the thyroid glands, the parathyroid glands, the gonads, all kind of work together. And when one goes up, it affects the others and this sort of thing. When one goes down, it affects the others and this sort. So if you want to keep a good balance to your body, you'll pay attention to that. Now, is it okay to take a testosterone? Well, yeah, I guess it is, but I think it's a lot better and a lot easier to try to get the holy basil first and see what happens with that.
Next question: What can be taken for a yeast infection and a urinary tract infection?
Well, for the yeast infections, I have been told by numerous females, these are the ones who get it mostly, but because they're taking antibiotics or whatever, that if you'll eat yogurt every day, that it will do away with your yeast infections. Now, if you have vaginitis and this sort of thing, then you can get boric acid capsules, and you can slide the boric acid capsules up into the vagina, or you can take and put it on a little pad. Just open up the capsule, pour it on a pad, and put the pad there, and those things will get rid of the infections. Another thing is, most of the time we get yeast infections by things like the antibiotics that we take, prescription drugs that we take. And if you'll take an herb for infections rather than prescription chemical drug, you aren't going to get the yeast infections.
Got about 7 minutes left in the program. I know you've got plenty of information there.
I got 17 things to talk about, and basically what's happened was I had questions about all of these things that I'm going to quickly mention. So if you have a pencil and pad, you'd want to write some of these numbers down. I want to mention most of this stuff I got from Swanson.com. And Swanson.com, you can go to that and get a catalog or a journal catalog. They give one out every month. Their phone number is 800-437-4148. I've given that number out before. But I got most of this information from reading, because anything they sell, they have a little sentence or two about it telling you what it's for. The first thing was I have something called Aronia, A-R-O-N-I-A, Aronia. And another name for Aronia is chokeberry. And chokeberry is a super antioxidant, and it's good for heart benefits. Now, I didn't know what it was good for. I just knew I had a bottle of it, then I had something called Avena, A-V-E-N-A, sativa. And Avena sativa is a super nutrient, and it is really green oak grass. Then ashwagandha, and I've talked about this before. Ashwagandha, A-S-H-W-A-G-A-N-D-H-A, is super for any kind of stress you have. Now, the interesting thing is this. I then jotted this down because you can get 100 of the soft gel for $6. Now, that's a great price. You'll pay 3 times that much anywhere else. Okay, and then I had something called Bacopa, B-A-C-O-P-A, and that's great for memory, any kind of memory problem. Now, Boswellia I mentioned before, it's number one for joint health. Any kind of joint problem you have, if you have one, take Boswellia. Now from Swanson, you can get 100 of them for $5, for less than $5 really. Holy basil, you can get 120 of those for $6. And that's good for stress, muscles, and joints, as well as good for you getting rid of the estrogen in your system. Donqua, Dongqua, is good for any kind of female problem, any kind of woman's health problem. You can get 100 capsules for less than $4. Echinacea, we hear a lot about that. That is a super antioxidant, and it's great for your immune system. You can get 180 of those for $5. That's unreal. Hawthorn berry. Hawthorn berry is great for your heart and your vascular system. It's a super antioxidant, and it's something called a flavonoid, which means it comes from plants. Horsetail. Now, I was curious about horsetail because, you know, who gives an herb a name horsetail? But anyway, it is supposed to be fantastic for skin, nails, and hair. Skin, nails, and hair. Now, I got some and took it. I want you to look at my fingernails. You see how big and strong they are? I cut those things about a week ago, and I can't believe that it's just taken off this fast. Now, I haven't started growing my hair back yet, or at least not on top of my head. Now, it's coming out my nose and ears pretty well. Huperzine A is fantastic for your brain, for any kind of problems with thinking or mind and cognitive function. It's great for that. Let's see. Also, since I had Boswellia for joint problems, I've ran across something that Swanson sells, and the name of it is Joint Care Herb. And this Joint Care Herb has 4 different things in it that's great for joint problems. It has Boswellia, it has cat's claw, it has white widow bark, and then it has tart cherries. And all of those things, each of those is good for joint problems. But they all are in that. By the way, you can get 60 of those capsules from them for $5 with all 5 of those things in. DHEA has a wide range of benefits. I mentioned this, but it was interesting how they advertised it, a wide range of benefits for males and females. I'd often thought it was just for males, but no, it's for both. And let's see, milk thistle for the liver problems is fantastic. Milk thistle, dandelion, and yellow dock are also great for any kind of liver problems. If you want to purge your liver out, we overwork our liver. It has so many chemical reactions, so many reactions in it. And this just gives it a little rest and purges it out, gets rid of the rust, I guess. Oregano. Oregano is just great for any kind of upper respiratory tract infection thing. Rather than taking penicillin for it, just take oregano. And you can get 120 soft gels for $7 from, yeah. And the last thing that I looked up was rosemary. And rosemary is a powerful antioxidant. And I'm going to start taking, well, I'm almost doing it now. I'm going to start taking that every day. I've got a rosemary bush, and I'll just soon eat about 4 or 5 of those little needles from that rosemary bush. But
what is it good for?
It's a very, very powerful antioxidant, meaning it gets rid of the free radicals in your system, like it cleans out your blood vessels and things like that, except it just seems to do it better than most things. Mm-hmm. They call it super. No, they call it powerful. But they don't call everything powerful. They call it by that. That's really interesting. But boy, it was exciting to read about all 17 of those things, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm using some of them now.
In about 45 seconds, we'll just wish everybody goodbye, something or whatever.
Oh, yeah. And listen, those of you who know Ann well and want to talk about her, want me to say some positive things, come by. I don't know who will come by, but I'd love to meet you. And if I knew you and forgot who you were, forgive me, but I've had trouble with my memory since her body's death. And she was filled with great one-liners, and I'll share some of those with the people who stop by and have a cup of coffee or some tea or maybe even an alcohol beverage in a moderate amount.
We'll look forward to seeing you again next Thursday, same time, same station, right here, WCAB in Rutherford.
Thank you.
Broadcasting the best classic oldies from beautiful downtown Whiteside Road. We are 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
A House passed resolution opposing the president's emergency border wall declaration, but GOP Senator Tom Tillis of North Carolina says he is against allowing this president or future ones to have such power.
If we give that president, this president, a president I support, a president whose policies and priorities I agree with, that authority, then we could be aiding and abetting a future president and empowering them beyond what I believe their authorities are vested in the Constitution in Article 2.
CBS's Paula Reed of the White House tells us it is more likely now that Congress will finally see President Trump's tax returns because of the Capitol Hill testimony yesterday by President Trump's former personal attorney and fixer.
Well, they're certainly going to try. I think it's highly likely that they're going to make an effort. He gave them a roadmap for how to pursue those tax returns.